Hello guys, Absolute Duelist here, coming at you with another One Piece Locals video. And in today's video, we are playing on the store map, the lovely Nami and Nico Robin map. The store let me play on it this week, and it looks like we're just rolling the dice. I got a 9, he got a 6, so I'll be choosing to go first most likely. But we're playing on the lovely store map today, which is honestly really beautiful with the custom Robin art that we haven't actually seen in any One Piece card yet, and the alternate art for Nami as well. Just a very beautiful playmat. Wish I could have it, but not how it's going to be, sadly, because the store won't give it to us. So it is what it is. But we're going first with our Doflamingo. We played Dofi, and we're going to look at the top 3 to stack our deck and just pass turn after that, because the whole idea behind the Dofi deck is to essentially just make sure that you can stack your deck, keep playing stuff off the top of your deck, and keep going from there, whereas the Zoro deck is mainly just a very aggressive deck that wants to keep hitting the opponent. So he goes ahead and plays a Nami, looking at the top 5 cards of his deck. Hopefully gonna get something good. He does get a Nico Robin, not the best against Doflamingo, because we don't really play a lot of low costing characters outside of Perona and Doflamingo to stack our decks, and even our Dofi blocker is like 4k power, so it doesn't do a lot. But yeah, so he also goes ahead and plays another Nami, the one that can go ahead and attach a Don, and we're just gonna go ahead and put straight 2 Don onto our Dofi, pay the Don, and play a Dracoon Mihawk from the top of our deck, so we can go ahead and swing into the Zoro for 7k and get a free 4 cost character off the top of our deck. So he chooses to take the life, gets 2 Don, and we're going to see what he's going to do. So we know he's got the Nico Robin, so a smart player would probably play the Nico Robin to force out the Dofi to go ahead and swing. Putting a Don on it gets rid of it, and it seems like it could be a good idea, especially seeing as that Dofi is actually a problem for him, because as he plays more one-drop characters, we're going to be able to put a Don on it, swing with it, and just go ahead and put stuff to the bottom of our deck, so his deck, I should say, actually. So it's really good. So he goes ahead and swings into the Dracoon Mihawk for a 7, and he's going to go ahead and, well, I counted it up to 8, so he can't get through it. He chooses to rest the Nami for some reason, but then it continues from here. So he passes turn, goes to us. We're going to go ahead and just thinking on what we want to do for Don assessment. We're going to go ahead and Perona, looking at the top 5, stacking our deck, hopefully getting something good on top so we can play it off of the Doflamingo. And because he's played the Robin, a smart play will probably be to go ahead and just put a Don under our Doflamingo, as I said before. So we can probably put that attaching Don Nami to the bottom of the deck, because that thing will never attack. It's mainly just there to buff up your characters with a free Don, making essentially your 10 Don turn into, well, 11 Don, which is really, really good. So we go ahead and swing with our Dofi into the leader, going ahead and getting a 4-drop Moria with a 6k power, which is actually really strong against this deck because it gives us more ability to swing. Then we swing into leader, and we're not going to get to hit for damage, but we are going to go ahead and put the Nami to the bottom of the deck, just so we can go ahead and fail to kill, but go ahead and get rid of that Nami before he just kills it anyway with the Nico Robin. So he goes ahead and swings with, well, he goes ahead and puts it down in the counter because we swung with the Dracoon Mihawk, and it's his turn now. So he's on 6 Don. What would be the best play here with 6 Don? Like, I guess if he has multiple Zoros, he could go ahead and swing that, start clearing our board a bit. But he's definitely going to go ahead and put 1 on the Nico Robin at least, to go ahead and swing and deal with a problem there. Like, that's definitely going to happen. So let's see what he chooses to do here. So he does put the 1 Don on the Nico Robin. Probably going to swing into the Dofi, or swing face and then kill a Dofi. Decreases the Mihawk. Okay, so this is how he's going to get over the Mihawk for free. Swings into the Dofi character and uses the Nico Robin ability to just straight kill the Mihawk because it went down to 3k. And he's using a Gum Gum Jet pistol to straight kill our 6k Moria, and he swings into Dofi, and we do take that life. Okay, so he's got the Nico Robin, he's got a Nami and an Otama on the board. He doesn't have any Don active, so let's see what we choose to do. Like, the smart players obviously just go ahead. Oh, so we're going to pay 3 to start off with, and we're going to play a Doflamingo to stack our deck. Okay, let's see how we're going to stack our deck here. Like, obviously there's going to be a 7 Warlords of the Sea on top, making sure that that's there so we can play it off the top with Doflamingo, seeing as we do have the 4 Don left. And we're going to put 3 onto Dofi and swing into the Nico Robin. And we're going to play a Boa Hancock, a very strong card. It will allow us to have a blocker, and also if we put a Don on it, draw a card if we block or swing with it. So it'll help us gain some hand advantage back. And also we've got a blocker to protect it as well, which is really good. Although it could be problematic if he does have another Otama, because he could play the Otama, decrease it, make it easier to kill, and then I'll just have to let it die. Like, there's no way we can stop it. So yeah. interesting game here to see. So he plays a Dan. Like he's at the top 5 looking for a 1-drop. What will he hit? Hopefully not an Otama like I just said. Okay. So he grabs a Nami. Okay, so he's turning his 10 Don into 11 Don, as I said before. Very good card there. Essentially the same ability as the leader Luffy, which is just, honestly, if you can get like multiple of those Namis on the board, you're essentially adding 1 more Don to your entire Don pile for the rest of the game. So it's very good, and you never even swing with it, so unless you have some sort of removal, it's just going to stay there and never go. Okay, so it looks like he's just thinking what he wants to do. He's probably going to play the Nami, that's just guaranteed, right? Because he can just put the Don under a Zoro for free. And he's going to use the Nami, yep, just as I said, to put the Zoro up by a K, and then boosting all of his characters by K. And it looks like we had a little bit of glare on the Nami there. Unfortunate, but it's fine. Okay, but let's see what he's going to do, because he's got a lot of Don left. So he could go ahead and put some onto the Nami, and maybe onto the Otama as well. So he's going to put another Don. He's going to go ahead and swing. We're going to block. Okay, so 7k into the Boa we say no to. Plays a Makino. That's really good. Boosts his Nami for 6k. Boosts it up to 7k. Okay. So he really wants to get rid of this Boa. So we're probably going to count. No, we let it die. Okay, that's not good. Maybe we don't have enough counter to get rid of it, and that's the problem. And he chooses to play a Sunny and trash the Otama. Okay, so draws for turn. Like, it looks like we're on 9 Don now, so what's our play here? Like, it's very... I'm curious to see where we're going to go. So we swing into the Makino for 2. We swing into the Nami for 5. And then we're just going to rest. We're going to rest 9, play the Dracula Mihawk, and put the Sunny to the bottom of the deck. 9 cost Mihawk coming down. That's really good here, just for the fact that it will allow us to start essentially swinging for big damage without him being able to stop it. Like, that's a really good card to play there. But if he does have multiple Otamas and a Jet Pistol, that's going to be a little unfortunate. So he plays 1, plays a Gordon. Oh no, that could also get rid of it with a Jet Pistol, because Gordon decreases by 3k. Okay, so he Gordons to the bottom, decreases Mihawk, and then, yeah, Jet Pistols. So he did have the Jet Pistol to deal with the Mihawk. That's really unfortunate for us. But he's going to go ahead and put 2 onto the Zidane, and swing for 6 into our leader from the looks of it. And we do take it, and he swings for another 6 into the leader. And we do choose to take that. Pays free to play another Nico Robin. That's pretty good. And we're on 10 Don now. Okay, so let's see what the plan is now. So we put 1 onto the Perona, swing into the Dan. He lets it die. That's good for us. Pay free to play the Doflamingo, looking at the top 5. Like, well, right now, we have to start re-establishing board state. So we need to put something like Gecko Moria or Bartholomew Kuma onto the top of the deck, because if we've got, like, Pacifistas in hand, if we've got the Moria there, we can get stuff back from the trash pile to the hand. Like, we just need to start establishing bodies on the board. Like, that's got to be what we do from this point onwards. Like, we can't have, like, nothing. We need to just start building. So we go ahead and put a ton onto Doflamingo, from the looks of it, or we're debating putting a ton onto Doflamingo. So yeah, we just put like 5 Don under Dofi, and swing straight into face and play Akuma. We do stack Akuma and play Akuma. So if we've got the Pacifista in hand, like, there's 2 reasons why we could have done this. 1, there wasn't anything better to play off the top of our deck, or 2, we do have the Pacifista in our hand. So it's kind of a bluff strategy here, where if he does kill it with like a Jet Pistol or swinging into it, then we just get a free 6k swing. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here if he chooses to swing into it, if he chooses to use a Jet Pistol on it. It's going to be curious to see what happens. Okay, so it does have a lot of Don though, and sorry for all the shaking of the camera, guys. Like, sadly, it's on a wobbly tripod a bit when people smack the table, and as it looks like there, that's when I ask, please stop smacking the table a bit, because it's shaking the camera. But yeah, sorry for the shaking, guys. It is kind of unavoidable when you're playing on a rickety table with multiple people. But, yep, so he does Jet Pistol, but he Jet Pistols the Dofi. So he's had 3 Jet Pistols this entire game, but he chooses to Jet Pistol the Blocker, which I find actually kind of interesting. So what I can kind of see happening here is he puts a Don onto the Nico Robin, swings into leader, kills the Perona. No, puts 2 onto the Robin, 3 onto the Robin, so it's an 8k swing. So swings into the Kuma, kills the Perona, or swings into face, and so he chooses to swing face. Doesn't want to kill the Kuma, just in case. Okay, so the Perona's obviously going to die. And we do take the life, putting us down to 1 life here. Against Zoro, that isn't really great. So he swings for 9? 9 into face. Okay. So we take that life. That's risky. Especially against a Zoro player, because he could have like Rush Zoros, he could have Rush Luffy's. That is really risky on my part. Maybe we just didn't have the counter in hand, or it wasn't worth it. So let's see how we choose to play. So we put 2 Don onto our Dofi and swing into the Nico Robin. Look at the top, get a Gecko Moria, which is just really strong there. And we add back a Doflamingo. Okay. And we'll probably pay the free Don to play the Doflamingo as a blocker as well. But if he gets like a Diablo Jambe or anything like that to stop, or Luffy, for instance, as I said before, to get around blockers, we're going to be in a very tight situation. So we pay the free Don, and we do play the Doflamingo. Looks at the top 5. I did see a Mihawk there, so we could probably put that on the top at some point. I don't know if we'll put it on the top anytime soon, though. Okay. So it looks like we're just thinking, making sure we've got the right cards on top of our deck. We don't want to have the wrong cards there. Have it in the right order. Make sure we have enough to survive and just don't die. So we go ahead and pay 4 more Don, playing another Bartholomew Kuma. And we choose to swing with the other Kuma into Zoro. So he takes the life. And yeah, he's going on to the 10 Don, seeing what he can do. Like, the good thing for us is that he hasn't hit a single Zoro this whole game, but even if he had a Zoro, it wouldn't help him here because we got 2 blockers. And we do have a decent chunk of cards in our hand. So he plays a Nami, that's really strong. Okay. Now, will he finally see that Zoro, or will he finally see that Luffy? Like, one rush character, or one card that can go ahead and get around. So he sees a 2k counter, but that's not a Luffy. That's not a Zoro. He needs the ability to swing more. So he puts 1 on the Zoro, plays a 9-drop Whitebeard. That's not good, but we go ahead and play a Pacifista from hand. That's good. So we're looking at the Whitebeard now, and the Zoro's on 7. So we're going to see what happens. And the camera's shaking a lot, guys. I do apologize for this. It's kind of hard when things like this happen with other people around. But we're going to keep going. See how it goes. So, right, so it looks like we're just thinking about Don assessment right now. Because, like, he's on 1 life, so technically we could just try to swing in. Like, we could swing with a 5k. If he takes it, we just put it all on. No, we can't swing with a 5k because he played the Edward Newgate. And we know he has a 2k counter. So it looks like we're thinking of free Don on something. So we put it on the Pacifista. Swings into the Zoro for 9. Okay, so he can't use that, just the 1 2k counter. So that's good for us. Okay, so he does choose to take that. And then we're going to pay 4, which will allow me to play another Gecko Moria. That's strong. Adds the Doflamingo. Pays 3 to play another Doflamingo. Get rid of the Pacifista. So now we have 3 blockers. So the only way he can actually win now is a Diablo Jambe. That is the only possible way for him to win. Or a 6-drop Luffy, I guess, if we don't have enough counter in hand. Like, the 5-cost Luffy that can go ahead and just swing through blockers is really strong. But we're going to see what he has. Because that Newgate is big, but it can't get around our blockers because they're not 3k or less. The 9-drop Edward Newgate can only kill 3k or less characters. So it's going to be a bit of an issue for him to get around that. So it looks like he's swinging with the Zoro. Okay. We choose to counter. Alright. Choose to counter for 8. Gets around his 7k swing on the Zoro. Now what does he do? Like, this is really interesting because, like, he still has a lot of Don left. So he chooses to put 3 onto the Nami, making it a 6k swing. Okay. 2k counter that. And then 9k swing. Goes ahead and blocks with the Kuma, and we play another Pacifista from hand. Really strong for us. Like, he has 5 Don exactly. This could be the Luffy. But I think he's already used a Nami, so it's not like he can get it onto 2 Don. So that's good for us, at least. Oh, like, so he just passes. So he passes. He's not got any blockers. So I generally think at this point, we just go ahead and swing, and that should be victory. So we go ahead and swing, putting Don on all of these. Swinging for 5, he counters, swing for 5, he counters, swing for 5, and he realizes this game. But guys, that was a really, really cool game to watch between Doflamingo and Zoro. Sadly, he didn't get to see any of his 5-cost Luffy or his Zoro characters, but it was a really good game, a really fun game to watch, and honestly, it's always cool to see like decks up locals, especially that we don't see very often now, because as I said at the start of the video, we don't actually see a lot of Zoro players at locals now, and it's kind of cool to play them when they actually appear, because it's mainly Whitebeard, Kinemon, and Black up my locals, so it's cool to see a Zoro pop out of the woodwork. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this One Piece video, this Doflamingo vs Zoro game, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Absolute Duelist signing out. Later all.